4 fastest and cheapest Madden 20 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, EasyMut.com. Use code VENM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's up, buddy? It's Fire here, back with a video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best pass and run defense in Madden 20. Now, this one is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be actually a little bit more simple, and I'm going to show you guys a pass coverage, a blitz, and a run defense, all in the same video and all out of the same play. As you guys have seen in the thumbnail, the play we're going to be running is this pinch dog 2 press, and this has definitely been my favorite defensive play this year. You guys see in the bottom there, I have 2,700 calls in this play, so I definitely run this play my fair share of times, and I know everything about this play that you could know. So starting out, I would just recommend for the run defense, get a quick user. You're going to usually be using this player right here. You could also use this player. It really depends on the side that they run it to, so I would just recommend getting 2 fast middle linebackers. More times than not, I end up using this guy on the right, so I might put secure tackle on him to help with the run. For the pass defense, it doesn't really matter any of those linebackers, or at least for the blitz, because they're blitzing. But like I said, let's start out with the run defense. You're going to come out and pinch dog 2 press. I run it unflipped. I've never seen anybody really run 3-4 odd flipped. I mean, I guess you could, but let's just go against a wing tight here. So starting out for the run defense, all you have to do is pinch your linebackers, blitz all linebackers, and then you could also press. Pressing is just going to help a little bit with that cornerback and shooting that gap. But really, what you're going to do with your users, you're going to sort of, once they snap the ball, you're going to run down and then loop around. So you guys will see me do it. And it does take a good user to do this. If you're a beginner, this run defense probably isn't for you. You'd probably want something where the CPU does it for you. But go ahead, snap the ball, boom, you guys see I looped around and I made the tackle right there. Now, the reason this is so good is just because there's nobody out there to pick you up, and you also pick up this right guard, and the right guard's not going to be able to shift over to that side with your user. I've seen a lot of pros run this type of a run D. This is actually one of the run Ds that I struggle against the most whenever I'm trying to run the ball out of an I form or even a single back set. I definitely struggle to run the ball against this pinch dog 2 press setup. So again, all I'm doing is pinching my line, blitzing all. If you don't want to press, you don't have to. The reason I wouldn't press is just in case, let's say he has Tyreek Hill out of his I form, and he's one of those players that likes to put him on a streak and just burn you every time, no matter how fast of a corner you have. So that would be my only problem with blitzing. But if you can, I would like to bring this corner down at least a little bit to the line of scrimmage so that he can potentially shoot it. If there's not really a threat, you could also blitz that player, but this is just, like I said, very basic setup. Boom, just loop around, make that tackle. If you have Enforcer, you could click off, but I would make sure that you have Unfakeable if you're using abilities, just because you don't want to meet him in the hole perfectly, get juked up, and then give up a touchdown, because there's not too much help behind you. I mean, that safety's there that could track him down, but like I said, you don't want to get caught in that situation. You guys see, even though I'm like a little bit late on these, I'm like a split second late, I'm still able to make that tackle in the backfield. I'll show you one more time, and then I'll head into a different play. Go ahead, snap the ball, boom, and make that tackle. Like I said, this is all user. If I wasn't using him, he would just shoot up the gap, and there would be nothing to happen. You could use this safety, go ahead and make the tackle as well, but that's not going to work against like I-form sets. You want that safety to be helping out. And if you want the safety to help out while you're using the linebacker, what you can do is just put him in a spy, and usually he'll be able to shoot that gap pretty well. You guys see he's right there to help out. He's actually shooting the gap better, but that's not going to help if they pass out of I form. So let's go ahead, switch the run formation from a wing tight. Let's go to an I form. Let's go to just an I form slot here. Stretch, dive. This run D is very good against dive as well, so I'll try to show you that as well. But like I said, also something to point out is if they're like in a spread out set like this, what you have to do is base align first. That's just going to be a very simple adjustment. You could also set your auto alignment to base in your coaching adjustments, but again, the stretch, boom, lurk, and this is where you do want to put your player on a spy. You could also use that. Sometimes you'll be able to shake that fullback, but other times you won't be able to. So what I like to do is put him in a spy. You could also I always press against like an I-form slot because I want my corner to shoot the gap. You guys see these soft squats, the good thing about them is that they are in the run fits here. He is on that red line, so he's going to blitz. He's not going to back up, but the safety's not put him in a spy, and he should be good to go. I'm not sure why Trevathan's in the gap there, but you could also do something like this. Boom. I actually got stuck there, but if you do end up getting stuck, you have that spy, that safety on a spy that will be able to put in work. That's just another adjustment. If you wanted to get glitchy, you could put Y in a spy as well, A in a spy, and then press. You don't have to blitz B, which is nice. You can keep him on that little soft squat that he is on, because like I said, he plays the run. Sometimes safety does get in your way. You could hit him like that, but overall, this is a great run defense. I haven't had too much problems with it. And yeah, let's go ahead, hop into the pass defense. I'll show you guys the blitz first, and then I'll get into the coverage. So again, just pinch dog to press on base or unflipped. Let's just go to this play. Excuse me. Alright, so you're going to go ahead base align again, since we are in a spread set. Base align. If you have your auto alignment set to base, you don't have to do that. Just pinch your linebackers, blitz all linebackers, and contain. Very similar to the run defense, actually. Now I'm going to show this against a couple of coverages, show you how I would defend this. Now in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead, put this player in a... it's actually difficult. I would defend this one of two ways. It really depends on how your opponent is using it. But the base way you can do it is just use the safety right here. Watch B on a crosser. And then you don't have to worry about the running back on any route. So boom, like this. Using this, I can lurk back to B. And the tight end would be covered. Another way that I sometimes go to defend a formation like this is I put Clinton Dix in either a hook curl or an inside third, usually a hook curl, and then I can use this safety or this cornerback and lurk the flats. You really just want to take away all the quick reads that are possible, which is what people go to, especially when they see you go to that blitz. They might even predetermine a read, so if you see them go into like a slant pattern, a way you could sort of work, or like a quick in route, you could just put this Y player in a vertical hook, and that could also work them. You still have 6 people blitzing as well, so even if they do send those 5 people out on a route, then you could keep Clinton Dix on this hook curl, use this fly route, boom, I'm lurking the flat. Oh, I could go up to the corner if they lurk it. It just takes a lot of practice against a lot of sets. I'll try to show it against a different set. Gun bunch is one I want to go over as well, especially when you're blitzing. The coverage should all be the same when I'm going over that play, but again, you're base aligning, setting up the blitz the same way. Now, against this gun bunch, I defend it one of two ways. The first way is just going to be to come out on it regularly. I'm going to shade outside. I could shade over the top as well, but that could also get burnt by a verticals concept. So you could shade over the top and then put B back in his soft squat. He still will play more over the top. And then what I'm doing on this left side is I'm just putting X, manning him up on X. If he's not a burner, I could press him, and then I could shade over the top if my player does have good speed and good press, but then I have to just make sure that you keep B in that soft squat. I like soft squats against gun bunch. And the good thing about this form is even if they max protect, I'm pretty sure that contain with Khalil Mack gets through. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he's going to get through right there. And even though he does sort of get that weird nano detection animation, he's going to get through on that blitz. I'll go ahead and show you guys the replay there. So just go ahead. There's a couple of forms that it does work against. Gun bunch and gun tight doubles are two I know for sure. Watch Khalil Mack. He's just not going to get picked up by the tight end. Even if you put him on a delay fade, the only way that you can actually block this out of bunch is, I know it because I labbed it, is that I think if you just motion over that tight end to the left and then back over to the right, it does block him. Not sure if you slide to the right, it will, but you guys see, boom. Even if he goes to scramble out left here, look at Leonard Floyd. He's on that contain. If he scrambles out, instant shed, instant sack. As far as everybody else, watch streaks bagged. That vertical route's going to be bagged by our soft squat. You guys see he's actually following him upfield. This is why I love the soft squat zones. They'll only break off if there's a wheel route or like a flat route. You guys see my user right there. And anything over the top, like a deep post from left to right, would be bagged as well. So, just to show you guys against that tight doubles, I think it does come through against that as well. I'm not sure. Yeah. Let's go just to a flood concept. If I max protect now, I think I'll probably just motion this player over. But again, same setup. If I go ahead, snap the ball, Khalil Mack's going to get through there as well. So those are the two forms I think it does. That was obviously with no backside adjustments, but that contain can get a little bit glitchy and does get frustrating to block. Against something like tight offset, this is a key form that a lot of people run. And the way I like to defend this is if I am sending the house, I'm going to go ahead and do something like this usually. And I'm just going to have to use one of these players. Now, a lot of people will go to that max protect setup. They're going to split, maybe motion over A. I like to man this player up. You could man a line as well. Now I'm shading outside, shading over the top, putting X back in that soft squat. Now, if you do have a zoned out universal coverage player, I would recommend putting him on the corners because those corner routes are so glitchy, especially when you roll out. That's going to be very difficult to do anything, but if they block 6, you're in good position. And yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to go over our coverage now. This is not going to be a blitz. This is just going to be a stock coverage. You will be sending 5 instead of 4, so it could be classified as a blitz, but I like to just use this as a coverage pass defense. Now again, this is going to be sort of a shed defense type of a play. And what you're going to do is just pinch your line, and then you're going to spread your linebackers. Now, I don't like to blitz all linebackers, or you don't actually need to blitz all linebackers just because you already have those players on blitzes. If you wanted to duplicate the setup like a Tampa 2, you could manually blitz those outside linebackers, but you don't want to blitz all linebackers because I like these players on these vert hooks. And then usually I'll do is contain as well. If they have a pocket passer, you don't need to do that contain because they're not a threat to scramble out of the pocket. So this is just if they have an escape arts quarterback. If they don't, you could just crash up or crash down. Also, I kind of like to slant outside as well. I feel like it gets me better sheds from the ends as well as my D tackle if I have a pass rush ability. But usually I'm just going to leave this vert hook here. This is just a great stock coverage, basic stock cover 2. I obviously have to watch the in corner routes, anything coming across the middle of the field. But you guys see, your pressure should get there in time. You should have somebody shedding the passer. And the good thing is that sometimes people see you send 5, they get paranoid in the pocket. They try to escape left or right, and they end up just taking a sack. It's very frustrating in it. I know when I face contain shed defenses like this, I get very uncomfortable in the pocket. Usually, well, now that I'm using like a pocket passer, I'm more comfortable in the pocket, but beforehand I wasn't as comfortable. You guys see I accidentally did blitz all my linebackers there, so now I have to put them in the hook curl. I mean, if you like the hook curl a little bit better, you could use that. I personally like the vert hooks a little bit better, defend against the seam routes. Boom, you guys see I'm lurking, and someone will shed off eventually. I'm actually going to try to use it with the quarterback, try to scramble out with Rodgers, show you guys that it doesn't work. But here's the defense again. And let's go ahead. Rodgers, I'm going to scramble out. Boom, shed instantly. You guys see, I didn't even pass the hash mark right there. I just tried to roll out. I took a couple steps to the left, and I was absolutely knocked down immediately. Let's go ahead and roll out to the other side now. Pinch D. All you're doing is baseline, pinch D line, spread linebackers, and contain. Let's go ahead and roll out to this side. Boom, sacked instantly. Very frustrating to go against. You have to sit in the pocket. The best way that if you are going against this to sort of counteract it is just to step up in the pocket. Sometimes if you have those pass rush elites on the outside, I wouldn't even recommend containing them just because of how glitchy the animations will get. So you guys saw Khalil Mack right there. Boom, absolutely destroyed that tackle. So like I said, if you're going against a pocket passer, you definitely don't want to contain. If you do have a pass rush ability, pass rush superstar, I would recommend putting them either at D tackle or at one of these DN spots. I usually keep mine at D tackle. I have Peppers at D tackle, absolute goon. So sometimes if you slant up as well, that D tackle should get a one-on-one, and if he has like power specialist, Chris Jones in that situation would just throw him off. So definitely my Julius Peppers absolutely kills him, and it's going to be instant sacks. So that's just another tip, but overall that's going to be it for the defense. Great run defense, great pass defense, and if you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well for some more vids just like this one. Follow me on Twitter, link will be in the description. Make sure you guys go check out my second channel at VENM Fire Live. I post gameplays on that channel, just some stuff that you won't be able to see here. And peace, I'm out of here.